Welcome everyone along to another video on the channel, and I have to just be honest about the whole situation. At the end of last season and through the summer, I was very much Pochettino man, based on the fact that a good run into the season got us into top six. Couldn't believe that he went because of the situation. Obviously had my say about that. And we have to talk about the Pochettino thing because he got the best out of Cole Palmer. It was him that nurtured and guided Cole Palmer when he first came into the football club to give him his confidence of playing him where he wanted to be, to encourage him. And you can't just, ignore that. Cole Palmer came in and flourished under Pochettino, and he's kicking on again under Maresca. So Pochettino does deserve credit for a couple of things, let's be honest. I know people got a different opinion. That's all well and good. As I said, I was couldn't believe the fact that he'd gone and thought the owners are just an absolute joke. I said it on my channel. The transfer policy of the football club, I said exactly the same thing. What they're doing with people like Gallagher, Chalobah, Ben Chilwell, people like that, the experienced players of our squad just being get rid of, just told you're not needed anymore. And then obviously there was one of the last videos on my channel, apart from the live match commentaries, which are back by the way, was obviously talking about the fact that Clear Lake and the Bowley divide and stuff like that. I said at the end of the season and for the summer that Enzo Maresca needs to finish sixth or higher. Otherwise, what was the point? And I still stand by that, despite it being match week 6 in the Premier League just gone. But we can't ignore the fact we have to sit up and take notice that apart from the first game against Man City, where players had come back from the Euros, they weren't necessarily fit. Players are still learning the manager's ideas because the players he took away on pre-season, quite a few of them missed that pre-season and come back. Cole Palmer spoke about it the other day after the game that he didn't have a pre-season. It took him a couple of weeks to get up to speed. So apart from that first Man City game, which was disappointing, you have to say, Chelsea have just gone on this run, this unbeaten run. Yes, there was the Palace performance, disappointing, but they're on this run, this unbeaten run, starting with a win over at Wolves, which was a fantastic 6-2 result over there. Obviously, I've mentioned the Palace result, as you can see here. We go to Bournemouth. We don't play well, but we still grind out a 1-0 win. We then go to West Ham and thump West Ham 3-0, and it should have been more. And then we beat Brighton at the weekend by 4-2. All 6 goals in the first half. We could have scored 3 more. It was just a balmy game of football. But you have to take notice of what Enzo Maresca is doing and the message he's getting through to the players and the way that we're playing now. Because other people are talking about the way we're playing. We're scoring goals. We're playing free. Our attacking talent is just unbelievable. We are still considering a couple of goals. The 2 against Wolves, the goal against Palace. Obviously, the 2 goals against Brighton, Sanchez. But you have to sit up and take notice. And even though it's only match week 6 and we have to just keep our feet on the floor and our level heads, but the way we're playing and the way we're playing free and scoring goals is great to see because we've not seen that for a couple of seasons. And it's important to also note the fact that, I've always been a positive person on my channel. Recently, because I didn't like the situation with the owners and what we were doing in the football club and all that, and just ripping the heart out of the club, I said it on the channel and I stand by that. I still think the owners just need to just sort themselves out. But what they have done and what Enzo Maresca has done, he's basically chosen a squad that he wants to work with in this season, whether we like it or not. And the players that are been excluded or sold on, whether you like it or not. And he's got a group of players there with him, and Ben Chilwell, thankfully, has come back into the fold. And he's now got a group of players he wants to work with, he's happy to work with, that fit into his mentality, the way he wants to play football. And it's beginning to show signs of exactly what that is. The players understand what they're doing. The players have got a job to do. Defensively, need to do much better. We all know that. But you look for that squad now. The only weakness that I see is our centre-backs and the goalkeeper. I think full-back positions, we're good. I think once Reece James is back fit, I think we're good. I think left-back, we've got options. Chilwell back in the fold. Vega's still there. Cucurella, still think he's rash, but he's had an amazing 6 months. He's there. Through midfield, middle of midfield now. Enzo, Fernandez, Romeo Lavia, Moises Caicedo, and you have to consider Dewsbury Hall as one of those players now as well. And then you look at that 3 in behind the striker if we play the 4-2-3-1. Those 6 players, or 7, because there is an odd number there, in those areas, from the left-hand side to the right-hand side of the number 10 position, the talent that we've got in abundance to change a game if we need to, based on who starts and who comes on, is frightening. And other fans of other clubs, the press, the media are starting to sit up and take notice. It's by no means the Galacticos. That's just a nonsense. But what we've got, and if you think about what we've got compared to other teams in the Premier League, 2 players for each position. If you think about the midfield is solid for me. I think Moises Caicedo doesn't get the credit he deserves. I think Caicedo's been outstanding defensively. Enzo in that deep position is playing better. He's much more involved. He's got much more influence. And his calmness and his skill on the ball is there to see. Lavia, obviously, to come in after he had a little knock and he started off the season all right. Dewsbury Hall's still got to find his way a little bit, but that's maybe because he's asked to play a different role. But in those attacking areas, Mudryk on the left and Neto, you've also got on the right Madueke and Sancho, or either way round with Neto and Sancho. Palmer and João Felix there. It's just absolutely frightening when you think about it. And up front, you've got Nicholas Jackson who's playing well and scoring. Nkunku can go and play up there as well. Don't forget Nkunku. So you've got plenty of options now in the football club. And there's things beginning to come together, things that are beginning to change. And there's a flow and a freedom to what we're doing on the pitch. And it's so, so good to see going forward. And you look at the fixtures and the results that we've had this season, and you think of those compared to the last couple of seasons in the games. Wolves away has always been a banana skin for us. We've always struggled against Wolves in the last few seasons. Crystal Palace at home. Poor performance, we know that. Bournemouth, potential banana skin. West Ham has always been a potential banana skin. Playing Brighton, not exactly easy. And we've come through all of these games. If you think we've had, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 points from 15, not including the Man City game. And you have to say it's impressive. And then you look at the players beginning to go free. Madueke's got a couple of goals this season. And Nkunku's scoring for fun. Jackson's scored. Cole Palmer has taken a time. But Cole Palmer is Cole Palmer. And he said it himself. It took him a couple of weeks to get back in his fitness, having not had a pre-season. And the guy is just different class. He's absolute gravy. He's mustard. He's whatever you want to call him. Cole Palmer is the best player in the Premier League right now. I saw a stat since the start of the Premier League last season. His interactions for goals, his involvement in goals is number 1, above the likes of Haaland and people like that. Cole Palmer is just so level-headed, so calm. You know, you can look at him and he can pick a pass. I mean, look at what he did second half. He played that nonchalant, just first-time ball, high over the top to Jackson, who took it down past the keeper, but lucky enough, the defender got back in for them and knocked it off the line. He's just nonchalant. He's just world-class, different class. You can have your João Felixes in, your Netos. You can have your Sanchos coming in. But this guy is the number 1, and it's outstanding, and it's so, so good to see. And you just think, people are thinking, did Cole Palmer have a great season last year, but he's going to get found out this season? After the first couple of games, you possibly wondered a little bit. The Man City game, he then obviously struck against Wolves with the goal of the month, which was an outstanding finish. And then obviously he's then got his additional goals, West Ham, and he's got his 4 against Brighton. The guy's outstanding. We need to keep him. We need to keep him match fit. We've got to keep him fit this season. But again, we do have the players to come in. But Cole Palmer is outstanding. And don't forget, he's worked with Maresca at City. Sancho has. The likes of Tossin's worked for him as well. So it's just a video to say that we have to note that things are changing. Opinion about Chelsea is changing. Other supporters are talking about the fact that Chelsea worry them, that they're jealous of what we've got in attacking areas, that we're getting the best out of players that have been rejected by other clubs, i.e. Sancho, got a couple of assists already. And, you know, it's just something that we have to be aware of. We need to keep our feet on the ground. We can't get carried away by all means. But it's just a video from me to recognise the fact that although I was disappointed when Pochettino left, I called Maresca a yes man. And whether or not that is the case, it's up to people's opinion. But the guy has come in and just worked. And you've got to give him ultimate respect and credit for that. He's come in and worked with the players he wants to work with, and he's continually working with them. He talks well in the press. He talks well. His team is playing free. We've got an identity now of what we're doing, and the players are buying into it. Whether they're on the bench and coming on or they're starting, they're buying into it. Whether that changes down the line, we have to wait and see. because people will become frustrated. But right now, Chelsea's on the up. We sit currently 4th in the live Premier League table. We're 2 points behind Liverpool, who've got played 6, goal difference plus 10 on 15 points. Man City and Arsenal are 2nd and 3rd with 14 points, plus 8 goal difference for City and 7 for Arsenal. And there's us in 4th, 13 points above Villa in 4th place, played 6, goal difference plus 8. And we've got Forest coming up on the weekend. And you have to say, Chelsea are on the up. Let's hope it continues. Let me know what you think about this particular video and what I'm sort of talking about when it comes to Maresca. Was you the same as me with Pochettino? Bit disappointed that he went and the way that everything was handled in the summer. And what do you think about the way we're playing now? Do you believe that we've got an identity now? Do you believe that we're playing free? And what do you just think of the way that we're scoring goals for fun, whereas we've been struggling for, 2, 3 or 4 seasons? Thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. It's just me talking to you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you're notified when my videos come out. Thank you so much for your support. Let me know what you think in the video in the comment section, and I'll see you guys very soon.